Junk Savvy, and then Busy connected us with this one. So I'm thinking of my in my mind of how we got to certain people and certain places and certain videos, and everything from Collusion and Rare DD, because we cannot forget about his incredible work. There's so many people and so many talented people that we may never have even heard their voice, but what they've contributed to MMTLP and, you know, education and knowledge and moving us forward and making it palatable for people that don't understand the stock market, that don't understand a lot of this is a complex situation. It's, how the hell are we here? We bought a stock. But exposing the UPC committee, exposing FINRA, exposing in making it palatable for others to watch and say, holy crap, this is, Glass Guy, with the whole Madoff, thing. And then, Lieutenant Colonel Bradshaw, videos and everything else. There's so many people that we can thank over the last 1,000 days that have fought for me and my family and everybody else's family that we don't think that they come to a mic every day. They may have never come to a mic, but they've done so much by putting things in palatable and easy to understand videos, because some people are visual, writing skills, or a Curtis rant is fabulous, a savvy, dissecting of legal cases and terminology and everything else. I mean, we are an army, and I am, that letter, that happy and positive, read this morning from McCabe. You know, I know Jack put out a post this morning, where do you stand and how do you, feel about trading or this or that? At the end of the day, that's not going to be our decision. But I know who I stand side by side with in this fight, not just for me, but for transparency, for a resolution, for my daughter's future, and for just what is right and wrong, and I think that's where you have to dig your heels in the ground. And, I was joking with effing Frank last night in a text because he said he has more shares than me. And I'm like, everybody has more shares than me except for Stankfish. Um, but, at the end of the day, it's not about the number of shares. Nobody steals from me. You do the right thing for the right reasons. And at the end of the day, the cream rises to the top. And we are going to come out with a resolution that we hopefully, have earned and deserve. And if nothing else, we know we just didn't let them steal from us blindly. We're now educating others. We're, making it known that this is not going to happen. It shouldn't happen. And that there should be a just resolution. And I thank everyone for fighting for me and my family for the last 1,000 days, but we're not done yet. So make your calls, send your emails, thank those who have been part of the fight, and, let it give you some strength today to make an extra phone call, an extra email, an extra FOIA, whatever it is, make some noise.
Thanks, Donna. It is at the end of all of it, it is just that simple. We are a community of people that are fighting for what is right. We're a community of people that have a moral compass that says what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and we were wronged, and that's not right. Go ahead, Johnny.
Good morning, guys. It was kind of making me laugh when Starboard was talking about this community being an island of misfit toys, and I mean, on some days it feels like it couldn't be more right. But I mean, at the same time, it feels like a bit of an all-star team where you've got all these members that are coming from their different backgrounds, and watching everybody kind of integrate their personal experiences, either be it for personally or professionally, and using the skill sets that they've developed and finding a way to plug that into the community. It's pretty amazing. If you ever catch yourself having a conversation with someone who's not involved in this whole thing, and you just talk about kind of what the community has accomplished and who's done what, and this person's an attorney and this person has a background with AI and building out AI models and things that if you were to take people in a setting where they all came from the same background, you just wouldn't be able to accomplish. It really is pretty amazing. So I just want to commend the relentlessness of this community, where you've got this perfect mix of hard work, dedication, and then just kind of expertise in these different areas that have allowed us to accomplish stuff that really I don't think anyone saw coming. So you guys are all amazing.
Thank you for that. What's Junk always say? It's the right group of people at the right time for a reason. I'm happy you got your hand up.
I do, yes. I've just posted in the Nest. A prominent member of the GME GameStop community has sent us a lovely message for today, Mags on the Moon. She says, on the 1,000-day anniversary of MMTLP being U3 halted, I'd like to say that FINRA should be abolished. The financial industry cannot and should not be trusted to self-regulate, and the longer blatant fraud continues, the less faith people have in the American markets. And that echoes what Greg McCabe was saying earlier. Shout out to the incredible MMTLP investors who have never backed down, never shut up, and deserve a windfall of cash for the way their lives were impacted by 1,000 days of no resolution. Every retail investor should care about your story and your fight for justice. Thank you, Max. I appreciate that greatly. So if everybody could jump on that post and comment on it and push that along, then that would be wonderful. And again, thanks, Max. I really appreciate it.
You are just reading everything beautifully today. All the lovely messages with your lovely presentation. More, please. Did you say you put that up in the Nest? I'm not seeing it. Maybe it just hasn't populated yet.
No, I'm not seeing it either. Maybe
It's in
try it
there. I just
again.
see it here. It's
I can see
from the
6
right.
from the
I
left.
think it's 4 from the right.
On the left, go 5 in as far as I can see it. And it's
I
Max.
see it. Mags. Yep. Okay. Actually, I have a favor of everyone, and maybe happy you could too. If Steph brings the space back, the comments will survive. What's in the Nest won't. If you could post it in both places so that it stays with the space and anyone listening to it later sees it, that would be great.
There you go, great, that would be wonderful. And if everybody gets active and engages and passes it along, then it'll have more prominence again. So let's make sure that we all do that today and get things rolling, get things vibrant. I'll put things into the chat now.
Thank you for that. Here comes John Galt. Good morning.
First of all, Steph, if you check your DMs, I sent you a suggestion. Totally, obviously, your call, but great job this morning. Glad to be here. Looking forward to co-hosting with Lowell this afternoon and hosting myself tomorrow morning. So enjoying listening, trying to get some work done here where they pay me, and just appreciate everybody's efforts.
No, that's
Happy 1,000th day, John,
Yep.
for lack of a better greeting.
Instead of celebrating, I think a more proper word is recognize our 1,000th day, because I am not celebrating shit
No,
other
I
than
know.
being pissed off for 1,000 days and stressed out. And I mean, and not just me, obviously, all of us, but um, that that's the word I'm going to use, is we're recognizing our 1,000th day.
that's a good word. You know, that's the job that pays you. That's another piece of all of this. We have all of the talent and hard work that has gone into it, while so many are working full-time jobs, more than one job, um, raising families, trying to keep relationships, marriages, together, and there is a lot of disconnect that I know I have created with some of my family members and friends, because of being distracted by this, having an earbud in my ear all the time, not wanting to miss out on little bits of information, even though it's been regurgitated. You often find another something you missed or something you forgot, and so it does consume a lot of our time and effort. And I know personally, if I were also trying to work a full-time job that required a level of focus, I'd likely be fired. I don't know how I would be able to balance it all. So I really appreciate all of you that are doing that as well as being in on this fight. Yeah, Steph.
Um, as we reach an hour or so, I'm wondering if Happy would mind um, rereading that message that you received in case anyone who joined late or missed it. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. If you give me a second, I'll just go and hand it out.
Yeah, and while you're hunting that out, Annette, you had said something earlier when you came up about being able to talk about things like this with family, friends. So, fun fact, um, and this is where I feel like, what have I been missing? Like, what have I've been so ignorant? So I have an older brother that I look up to, and I reach out to for advice, and we talk shop, and um, I remember calling him, and I go, I'm this many years old now, learning that the Federal Reserve is a private entity. And he was like, "What?" He's like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "No, it is." And he goes, "No, are you sure?" And now he's always questioning, like, "Are you sure? You're a jackass." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know I'm a jackass, but seriously, you need to look into it because it's a private entity." And there's so many more things that are along the same lines of, like, I'll be honest with you, I had no idea that a bank or a financial firm that loans out money considers that loan an asset. I didn't know. I really didn't know. I feel stupid, but I really didn't know. And maybe because I think too logically, like, why would you count a loan that you have to collect money on that is not guaranteed as an asset on your books? To me, that's a liability. I don't know, or maybe I'm wording it wrong. But so anyway, I just bring that up because it's there's not many other people who truly understand our situation, and some of the things that we have brought to light are just so mind blowing. One can only think that it's appropriate for them to take a step back and be like, "No effing way." There's no way. And so I don't blame a lot of folks, who take a step back and they're like, "We're not touching this. I can't even wrap my head around it." Sorry, Happy.
That's okay, no problem at all. I'm ready to go whenever you, Annette, and Starboard are.
If you could wait just 1 minute, I want to comment to Steph, and I thank you for being willing to read it again. I think that's a wonderful idea, and hope that that can happen throughout the rest of this day. Steph, to your point on the banks and them calling that an asset, I remember years and years ago when furniture stores, I think, were probably the first, or appliances where you could put it on your card and no payments for 12 months. And when all of that started, I remember my father trying to tell me how they were over leveraging, and how could they continue with a business plan like that they would all be going out of business. And I've actually, in the past, that was probably 30 years ago or something. And I've had several occasions during that time where I see a commercial, or, we use it with a Home Depot, card or whatever, and take advantage of that. And I remember that conversation so distinctly with Dad, and thinking, and he's a brilliant man, but I remember, I had thoughts of thinking, man, he was so wrong on that. He didn't get it until we got into this. And I realize now what he was trying to explain to me. And I've still not told my father about MMTLP. I look forward to the day that I can tell him what I've learned. And I go back and forth sometimes because he is 84, do I wait, or he could go at any time, but he's in good shape. I'm not worried about that, but life is like that. But it's it took this for me to make that connection to what he was really trying to explain, what they, that they were doing. So yeah, I get it. um I don't know if that made sense. Now I'm rambling. Happy, will you save me?
You're doing a great job. You're doing an absolutely great job. Before I read the letter, I'd just like to say that I've had a look in the chat and there are many posts there. Quite a few of them have very few shares and very, very few comments. So if you could interact today, that would be very much appreciated. And let's get the word out there. If you could also keep a lookout as well, because Max has mentioned us, and I'm sure that many other people will as well. And of course, it's hard to multitask, and I'd be afraid of missing a message. So, if if you do happen to see somebody who mentions us, if you could pass it along or tag um, any of the people who are up on the speaker panel, then I'm sure they'll make um, certain that it is promoted and made prominent, so we can all interact on that. Then let's make it an involved space. Before I read the message, sorry, I'm getting bossy now. Before I read the message, Steph's got his hand up.
Oh, no, no, no. I wanted to put my hand up so that after you're done.
Right,
I didn't.
okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, so for those who weren't here earlier, I approached quite a few people about the fact that the 1000 day anniversary was approaching, and Greg McCabe has written a message to us all, and I'd like to read that out to you now. There's a post up in the nest and in the chat that features it, and it reads as follows. It's on Nextbridge Hydrocarbons letterhead paper. Is dated the 4th of September 2025. A message to all loyal Nextbridge Hydrocarbons shareholders. On this 1000 day mark since FINRA's U3 halt, I believe it is not only fitting but essential that we participate in the Day of Positivity being organised by our devoted online activist shareholder community, the dedicated and formidable MMTLP Army. A day to breathe deeply, cherish our health, embrace our families and friends, and to reflect with gratitude on the role we are playing in something larger than ourselves, something vital, in fact, to the security of our nation. I'm reminded of the old saying, may you live in interesting times, for we most certainly do. It continues to be one of the greatest honours of my life to serve as CEO and Chairman of Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. These years have brought challenges beyond imagination, but also moments of profound inspiration. And so, on this day of positivity, I want to share my gratitude with three distinct groups for whom I hold the deepest respect. First, to the entire MMTLP Army. I am humbled to stand as a member among you. In my more than 4 decades in business, I have never encountered such a determined, brilliant, and unyielding group of warriors. The world now knows this with certainty. The MMTLP Army never sleeps. Second, to the fellow shareholders I have been privileged to meet personally. Though none of us would have chosen this surreal trial, I am deeply thankful for everyone who continues to stand shoulder to shoulder with me in this battle. Together we have forged a bond that will not be broken. What began as a fight for justice has become a fellowship of loyalty, courage, and friendship that will echo long after this battle is won. Third, to my fellow citizens. Though the wheels of justice may grind slowly, I remain grateful that we fight this fight in America, the greatest country the world has ever known, imperfect as it may be. America still stands on the principles of truth, justice, and the rule of law. History tells us that, in the end, America gets it right. And so, as we mark this 1,000-day anniversary, let us recommit to each other and to our cause. I would like to borrow and paraphrase the words of John F. Kennedy, but tailor them to the spirit of the MMTLP Army on this occasion. We shall let everyone know, whether they wish us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of our company. Stand tall, stay strong, keep the faith, our time will come. With respect and loyalty, Greg McCabe. Okay, somebody jump in.
I think it's just appropriate to have a pause after that. It just is a powerful, wonderful, heartfelt letter. It's beautiful, and I appreciate him so much for it. It's
Yeah, and Happy, you're really good with this English stuff. I mean, it's amazing.
Thank you. I've been practicing the past 1,000 days. I think I'm the only one that sees your hand up, Steph.
I completely forgot what I was going to say because I was listening to the message. But I do see that we have a new speaker on the panel, Greg, and Greg has his hand up.
Well, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say today is my anniversary of being a shareholder of 2,159. So I've been here for a little bit of time, but I do want to thank everyone that has done so much work behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, on the scenes. Uh, it's just been pretty incredible. I want to say that I'm very thankful for the knowledge that I've gained from this uh, ride, if that will be what it'd be called. um, when I took my trip on that day to fly out of the country and saw my account go through the roof and then land at another site and it be at zero, I was like, what the heck happened? And then somehow I found Marduk space and started learning what happened. So I'm pretty grateful that I was able to uh, gain a lot of knowledge. I've already made my New Year's resolution for 2026, and I'm not waiting till then. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that provides this information and spaces for us to gather, and we're gonna get through this. We are gonna get through this. It's just gonna be a little bit more time, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Can I actually comment on that?
Absolutely.
If we if anybody's ever watched the movie Forrest Gump, there's a scene where Forrest is sitting on a park bench. He's telling a story, and there's a guy with a newspaper and like a tweed jacket, tie, and he starts cracking up laughing. He gets up and he's like, "We were sitting next to a millionaire." If anybody remembers that scene, I bring that
Yes,
up
I
because
do.
yeah, okay. So I bring that up because I have had the honor of speaking to and meeting either through phone calls or text messages or sometimes in person. And I reflect back on the folks that had their account change. And I don't have a lot of shares. And I say that because my focus is, again, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, and myself included. And I think Jana had said this earlier. It doesn't matter how many shares you have. We're all sort of cheated. And let me get to my point. I can't begin to express how my stomach turns in trying to imagine myself in people's shoes who had their accounts updated and then updated again with money taken out, and thinking, I, 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 like, I feel for you all very deeply because in my mind, I was just thinking of some of the orders that I put in. And I made this joke months ago where I was like, oh man, I got rookie numbers in there compared to some people. And yet those rookie numbers for me just would have made things a little easier, like a little weight off my shoulders, right? And I'm not talking like life changing generational wealth transfer, it just would have made things a little easier where I could breathe a little bit. And so I can't imagine what it's like for others. And so I want to recognize that um, there's people with um, very few or very little shares, or people with a ton of shares. Like, it impacts us all the same in a way. And I just wanted to share that. And I also see that, oh, is Dr. E here to yell at me? Dang it.
I'm just trying to figure out my schedule. I can't, I don't know when am I supposed to host?
Oh, God. All right. Hear that kid in the class. All right. Hold on.
Mushroom, send me my schedule.
Hey, while we're waiting for that, Greg, thanks for coming up and sharing and just speaking a little and offering your appreciation. Great to hear from you. Thank you for that.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for being a host of this space.
You're very welcome. It's my very first. I did see somebody had a great idea down in the chat to get hashtag 1000 days trending. So if while you're out there posting and reposting, maybe you could add that in comments or quote tweet it. And throughout the day, it would be great to uh, uh, share the space out there, reshare it so that people can find it and tag other people and maybe do the hashtag 1000 days and see if we can get that going.
And
Uh,
add
yep.
MMTLP onto it too.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. I think Mushroom was next and then Zing, unless we've got Dr. E's schedule. Or is that what you're here for, Mush?
I heard my name and I wasn't sure if it, and I didn't hear the question.
I think Dr. E, it's like 9 o'clock at night.
What?
Yeah, it's afterwards is Zing and Iron Tiger.
Doctor schedule wants to see Z.
Am I at 8
Yeah,
p.m.
so-
tonight?
Yeah, no, 9 p.m. 9
And
p.m.
who follows?
Looks like a 9
Who
p.m.
follows me?
Unacceptable. Yeah, and that is also the reason why I'm here. After that is Unacceptable Ginger,
I feel bad.
but she does not. She does. Yeah.
How can she
but
follow me? That's not good for her.
So she does not have a co-host. So if you think, oh, I would like to co-host with Unacceptable Ginger, she has not hosted the space before. You can still send me a message.
I
Send Steph a
recommend
message.
Iron Ape so he could curse everybody out.
How much are these positions paying?
And so, well, the fact that you can co-host Unacceptable Ginger should be enough. It's an honor and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
But people like gingers. Why are they saying unacceptable?
That they're nice and feisty. Don't you like that?
Yes.
Okay, so
There it is.
yeah, so keep in mind 10 p.m. EST.
Hey,
That's
Mushroom.
not, yeah. Hey,
Mushroom. Unacceptable Ginger and I spoke in the DM earlier, and I'm going to be her co-host.
oh, you're gonna, okay, that is awesome. So that problem is solved. I'll make it green.
Who's my co-host?
I thought that you would organize your own co-host. I'm not organizing a
Just,
co-host.
just
want
find some
Iron Ape. I want Iron
find some
Ape.
acceptable brunette, call it a day.
I want Iron
We
Ape.
s-
Iron Ape, can you be my co-host? Thumbs up or down?
I'm gonna tell Amanda.
Okay. Okay, so after up next is so that's still in 15 minutes, right? Iron Tiger and Sing, and afterwards is Catalina and Artburn.
I'm going to make Greg McKay my co-host. Oh, Iron Ape?
Yes, you should.
Yeah, okay. Iron Ape
All
can be
right.
my co-host.
Oh my God, I'm gonna stay awake for that. What time is that for me?
No,
Because
Iron
I
Ape
find
is my co-host, not Greg.
All right. Hold
4 in the
on.
morning.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Zing, you had your hand up.
Hey, no, you know what? Dr. E is right. He is that space is going to be the most important space that he's running. Now, unfortunately, Mushroom, you got the time wrong. It's 3:30 to 4. You have to make sure when you call, you have to scream, because he's hard of hearing. It's very important that the space is short. He's got to get his nap in. So I think that's the most important. Seniors United lives on.
I'm
Thank you,
actually
Dr. E.
leaving work now to sleep so I could be up at 9 p.m.
That's awesome. But anyway, I just wanted to come up. Yeah, we are next. I just sent a message out to Iron Tiger, just waiting for him to hear back from him. Steph, I want to thank you for opening today, but I also want to thank you because you were a big help when I had a Zoom call, and I feel that you're really valuable that way in terms of presenting our situation, especially what we discussed and what you're working on. You did a great job there, so I appreciate that, and a lot of good positive stuff happening here. Speaking of that, happy and positive. Appreciate you reaching out to the CEO and getting that message from him, as well as the Stevie Payne. So I think it's a great day. And Iron Tiger just messaged me. He's good to go. So yeah, we're ready to go whenever you're ready, Steph, at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Hey, Zing, do you mind checking your DMs real quick?
Yeah.
Also, I have another co-host. It's Curtis Crush. It's me, Iron, and Curtis Crush.
Oh my
Only if you
God.
all are in a bubble bath at the same time.
Oh my God.
Can't reveal where we are.
Hey, by the way, Zink, thanks for the compliment, but there's no way I would have been able to articulate or do that without the rest of the community, you know, doing what we do. I think so. My computer is lagging with hands, and I think James Bond.
Yes, it's James Bond.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for the day everyone put together here. I have 2 football games tonight and a lot of errands, and I got to pick people up and drop them off. So the one day, anyway, with all these spaces that are happening and going to happen, does anyone have a list for co-hosts and hosts?
You would think
Or some
Russia would have
advice
it
to
because
help
she organized it, but that's why I'm here trying to figure it out.
Sorry,
to
what?
help screen maybe some tips if this person has only this many followers or a list of shills,
Okay.
just so it's harder for them to sabotage our day here.
Yeah, so I understand your concern, James Bond, but at this moment, Steph is hosting, and there's just 2 people that co-host. They get circulated every hour, and so far, what I can see is that we have people that are familiar with hosting, and there are people like Marduk, Jack. They are here present throughout spaces, and they have more than enough experience. So I do understand, and it's a valid concern, because we've seen lately an uptick in people, crazy, insane accounts requesting mics. I would like to ask everybody to be mindful of those. If you do not recognize it, don't hesitate to do not accept the mic if you have any weird feelings about it. That's what I said. Yeah, that I think we are pretty well stable in this position. Go ahead, Jack. Sorry, I'm not even a co-host. I'm sorry.
Interrupt, Jack. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. James Bond, first of all, I just want, you said, to people who put this, the day together, I just wanted to say I did the most work out of everybody. Just wanted to put that out there, first of all. So I deserve a lot of credit for that. And secondly, as far as shills go and disruptions and all that shit, whoever's hosting or co-hosting throughout the day, if you get a mic request, it's gonna happen. It's still early on in the day. Maybe that's why we haven't had it yet. But all you gotta do is look for a couple of things. It's not extra work or anything like that. If you don't recognize the name or the avatar, automatically click on it. If it's open, if the account's been open in the last like 4-5 days, whatever, if it's September or August of 2025, and it has only a handful of followers or is following a handful of people, it's a shill. Okay. So that's the first thing. If you don't recognize, you can definitely ask somebody on the panel, or you can ask out loud. That's fine too. Don't feel bad about that. And then lastly, if anybody does get through, just be cognizant and be aware and be ready to hit the mute button if these, what was the term I used? Bad individuals, I think I said last time, last space. Yeah, those are the words I used exactly. If these bad individuals actually get through, they slip through the cracks, just make sure you mute them, you remove them, take down their license plate number, take a photo of them, send it to enforcement, and we'll take care of it.
Jack, are you co-hosting with guests?
I'm doing a lot of stuff with guests, but what, right now? No.
Do you have a shift here or no?
Mm-mm.
You don't have a shift in this whole thing?
I have had a lot of shifts. I don't know. I'll be around. I was hosting in the morning, so I've already had my shift.
And remember, he did the most work in putting this all together. He
Yeah, I
also has
forgot
the
about that.
most wor- and he also has the most words. So, there's that too.
Yeah,
Hey,
I forgot
Greg.
about all the work I did putting this. You know what? I hadn't forgotten. I was just I wanted to be modest and humble.
Yes, that's you, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, you know
That's
what would be
me.
funny?
Yeah.
If guest was co-hosting and some shill came up and you didn't know we did, and it was some woman trying to hit on you, man, that would be fun.
It would be funny for a lot of other individuals. I may chuckle a bit. There would be somebody specifically it wouldn't be funny for, and it may be that person. Yo, she scares me, bro. Just saying.
Hey, Greg, you had your hand. It was going up and down before we go to Marduk there. Did you have something you wanted to
Oh,
add?
I just wanted to say something. Today, I think we should dedicate this space time throughout the day to, what we need to do is all sit down and eat a bowl of ramen and put a mask on to cover our eyes and play a jigsaw puzzle and just, shout out to those individuals out there, just in memory of them so that they'll remember this 1,000-day tribute, so to speak. That's just kind of what I wanted to say.
Thank you for that great idea. Go ahead, Marduk.
I would just like to say that this last hour has been a net positive for the community.
See, I told you I
That's
had the most
great.
words.
That's awesome. Thanks.
I'm very much looking forward to Zing and Iron Tiger here in the next segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Marty.
No. Host privilege. Go ahead.
No, it's more of a community space question. In the background, we've been wondering if it's a good idea if at the next shift change, if you will, quote unquote shift change, I'm asking the people in the space for a thumbs up or thumbs down if it's a good idea to close this space and then reopen at the next shift change with a recorded space. Clearly shows my rookie status in hosting where and I recognize we had a lot of people in here.
Do I have to clock out and clock back in, or can I just?
No, you
The time
actually
is
no, you're not
11
paid at all.
o'clock a.m.
Jack, sorry. We are. You're not.
I'm on salary, bro. I'm wearing a yellow vest.
Oh, my bad. All right. I don't know. I'm just asking, what are people's thoughts? What are opinions?
I think you just allow them to open the space. And maybe some people want it recorded, maybe some people let them decide, in my opinion.
I don't think Zing got the memo. So Steph is hosting for a few hours, and every segment is just gonna be like for example, Annette and Starboard will drop down as co-hosts, and then you and Iron Tiger will become co-hosts and run this space for the next hour.
Yeah, we're trying to take
Okay.
we're trying to take your thunder away so that you're not shining.
Well, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
But this isn't recorded though, right? And some people may want it recorded.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what Steph is asking.
yeah.
Should he
So,
close down? Do you want your space to be recorded, Zing?
Well, that's what I think Iron Tiger wants. So I'm thinking we just reopen, if that's okay. If not, then I'll tell them just to come in here.
Yeah, because we didn't, we wanted whoever wanted to host a space regarding 1,000 days of MMTLP, but without having to shut down a space and open a space every hour or 2 hours.
Yeah, I think what Steph is proposing is he shut down this space, immediately open a new one, but record the new one. And then Zing and Iron Tiger take over as co-host. And just like he has done for Starboard and Annette, he kind of stays behind the scenes and
I got it. Okay. No, that's cool. Okay, I wasn't sure. Sorry.
That's okay.
yeah, because the thought was, you lose people every time you shut down. So if we were doing that
Makes
throughout
sense.
the day, people, yeah. So thumbs up. I'm not, if we should shut down and start recording, everybody willing to make that jump so we can get it recorded? If you're in favor of that, give a thumbs up so we can
Also,
see them.
I wanna say that although the last hour has been a net positive, I don't want to forget Starboard's flowers. So thank you, Starboard, as well. It's been great, and
Absolutely.
Steph, you're an absolute G. Thank you, man.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
dude. No, dude, you.
Hey, listen though, whoever might be taking mics, get all the good stuff out of the nest and keep that going. And then also put it in comments. Ooh, whoops. So we keep those. There are some phenomenal posts in the nest. And we should keep repopulating those and keep them in everyone's news feeds. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, everybody who participated and to the whole community for being here on day 1000.
Yeah, so so here's what we'll do. We'll shut this one down. I'll open one up immediately with the same title, and then I'll work. I'll Zing and Iron Tiger, just be ready. I'll throw you a co-host, and I'll start to repopulate the nest. I recognize there's over 250 people here, so I apologize, and we'll be back up and running in like 1 minute. Sound good?
Sounds great, Steph. And you're forgiven for screwing the pooch on not recording.
Screw the
happens
pooch.
to happens to the best of us. No, thank you for taking the time away from your job to be here doing this job that you don't get paid for, and supporting the community. And Starboard, thank you very much for having my back on this. And I share the sentiment. Thanks for everybody who came up to participate. Let's keep it going. Hashtag 1000 days. Get it trending with MMTLP. And I look forward to the rest of the day and all the hosts and co-hosts. I love y'all, man. It's a great community.
Hey, Jack has his hand up.
All right, Jack. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, ladies, you guys did a wonderful job. Thank you. Almost as good as I did. Secondly, Steph, I lied. I'm not actually on salary. I got life goals, but if you're okay with 1099ing, I can later on show you how to pull this space too. And that way, there'll be a record of this space, and I'll give you a good deal, bro. You come well recommended, so don't even worry about that. Otis says you're good. You're good in his book and my book and our book, and A.B. Livingston does never read a book, so it's different. Anyway, there was one more thing I wanted to say. Oh yeah. Again, I'm going to say this throughout the day. The post that I put in the nest, I'd like to get as many people to respond to that as possible. There's a reason for it. And if you take a second to read the post and some of the comments, there's a whole bunch of comments already. You'll understand the reason. And if you read the post and you don't understand the reason, you might be A.B. Livingston. So it's okay. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next space.
All right.
You
And
can
I'm
put your hand
bookmarking
down,
all
Jack.
these. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to tell Jack he could put his hand down now.
I'm getting the as much as I can out of the nest, and so I'm going to be shutting down now, and I will open up in about 30 seconds.
I'll miss you
See
guys.
y'all there.
I'll miss you guys.